First, I want to say, I myself, I'm absolutely happy with everybody that's in this room that come to show love to Cheryl. Absolutely, absolutely everyone. I'm gonna start off by saying that bad guy that was talking about, Herbert, he was bad till the day I come in there and he said he was through cutting hair. The barbershop was closed. And I said, that's a lie. I want to say, Cheryl and me we've been like thick and thin for so long. For Kelly, Richie, when they were young, little, this before Sydney showed up. Before she knew how to say hot. This was in the days when they were young, and I would go and we would go by the house and we would have fun and we would do things. And we always have been close. We've been Nyla, Uncle Ward, Aunt Betty. We've been all the way back down through the flick around and then back all over again. I want to say Uncle Ward wasn't friendly to everybody. Well, Uncle Ward had to get to know you. Aunt Betty loved me from the gate. But Uncle Ward, I had to grow on Uncle Ward. Uncle Ward was like, who is it? Cheryl said, it's DJ. We love you. I want to say, Cheryl and I've thrown some lovely parties myself. I had a party at the Holiday Inn once. Had the whole 16th floor, every room on the floor was ours. I said, I told Tracy, I said, it's 1 o'clock. She said, Cheryl's still over there. I looked back, I said, it's 2 o'clock. Cheryl's still there? She said, yeah. The third time it was 3 o'clock. I said, Cheryl, you better go home. I want to tell you I love this woman. I've always loved Cheryl Hayes and Richie, all the family, everybody, from Dane, you know what I'm saying, to all of them. They're just some of the most special people you could ever want to meet in life. And I tell Cheryl, hold on, I seen y'all got that box over there, y'all been putting cards in that box. But me and Cheryl got a thing. We got a thing all the way back from Invitation to Life.
All right.
I want you to have this nice, crisp $50 bill. That's what she told the mailman. Y'all don't know, but the milkman was so good that they had to leave the milkman a crisp $50 bill. I love you. Okay. She been cutting my hair. Oh, okay, let me tell that. She been cutting my hair. I'm 72 years old. Cheryl been cutting my hair since I was at least 20. So, about 3 or 4 years ago, she cut me. We fuss every day, all the barbershop rotating, we fuss. I said, Cheryl, you got me this, you got me that. So one day I went in there and I said, Cheryl, let me see the mirror. She had the mirror from me. She gave me the mirror. I said, Cheryl, you ain't as good as you used to be. She said, guess what? You ain't either.
You didn't tell it quite right. You're not as good as you used to be. And I said, no, you ain't either. And I said, ask Tracy.
Thank you guys. Ooh. We got one more. One more. 3 minutes max, please. Thank you. We're running a tight program today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Clarence White. Cheryl Hayes, Jean Walton, as Jean stated, was my wife's best friends. Cheryl Hayes, since this is your day, when my wife got sick, Cheryl Hayes was there for me. Just about every day. I didn't have to call on Cheryl Hayes, but she called on me. They have been friends forever. My son and my daughter sitting back there, they are Cheryl's godkids. Love her to death. I love Cheryl to death. Sometimes. Sometimes. I met Cheryl, let's see. Dee and I had married when I was 22. So at least it's been 60 years or so. So I've been knowing Cheryl about 65 years. Long time. Long time. And at the barbershop Curves, when I was going to the barbershop, you remember that? You remember that movie with O.J. Simpson? And it was like a police squad or something like that. And he had a great big old afro. His afro was so big, he couldn't even walk through the door. That's what my hair used to look. I had a lot of hair. A lot of hair, black hair. And I went to Cheryl's one time, and I was sitting there, and Cheryl looked at me. So Cheryl always had it. She said what was on her mind. No doubt. Whatever was on her mind, she wasn't say it. She was going to say it. I walked in the barbershop and said, I need a haircut. And she looked at my big old afro. And she said, the time is changing. She said, you know what? It's time to cut this thing off. We got to get rid of this afro. And I'm saying, well, I like my hair. It's pretty. What is pretty hair? Black? She said, it's time for this afro to go. Times is changing. I didn't tell her here, but I went home and I looked in the mirror and I looked at that hair, or what used to be, and I said, oh, she's right. I like this. I like this. She told me she didn't want to do it no more, and she cut it off. That was it. Been friends forever. Cheryl, you know that. You know, in retirement I've been in the retirement, it's a good life. Enjoy yourself. Do what you want to do. Get up when you want to get up. Just enjoy life. Life is too short. So enjoy it while you can. And I love the family. I love the Donaldsons. Yeah, I love the Donaldsons too. Yeah, I know they cousins, but I was a friend. So Cheryl, enjoy yourself. And may God continue to bless you. Keep you healthy, wealthy, and wise.
My mom and Cheryl were very close friends. I've known Cheryl all my life, but mostly through my mom. And when my mom passed, kind of unexpectedly, I had my cousin Roz call Cheryl. And she was the first person we informed that mom had passed. We were that close. I feel like I inherited Cheryl, my sisters and I. Cheryl has been such a dear, dear friend to my sisters and I, and we truly appreciate her, especially Sue Ellen and me. And sometimes when I talk to Cheryl, I kind of feel like I'm hearing my mother in my ear. And for that, I thank you so very much.
All right, team, all right. Well, thank you so much to everyone who came up off their seat to come and say the great words about God. A theme I feel like I'm sensing is matriarch. She's a bonus mom, a bonus sister, a bonus aunt, everything in between. So, love you more than anything. How my cheeks are starting to hurt because I'm just smiling so much. It's so grateful to have you get the credit and deserve that you have for your passion. So with that said, I'm going to pass it over to our guest of honor. Please welcome Cheryl Hayes.
amongst some of the great barbers in South Bend, probably Indiana. Al and Jean and my co-workers, Odie, Leo, and Weezy. I just had to say that. Thank you so much to celebrate this milestone, 59 years. I realize 59 years of hard work, laughter, most importantly, wonderful people. I just didn't learn how to cut hair. I learned how to listen. I learned about first dates, weddings, graduations, heartbreaks. You trusted me with your secrets and triumphs. I've always said I didn't just want to cut hair. I got to spend my